Mays was able to get her 26 to move from 22 to 26 in 10 days. For question number 4, Mays's advice is to pay attention to the question, to know exactly what the goal of the question is. Even though she's saying this as advice, and I'm repeating it back to you right now, I know that many of you very smart people who will get your 26 just missed that from both her and I. I'm always surprised with how many very smart people tell me in our speaking meetings that they don't even read the question. For question number 4 specifically, they don't read the question. And this is because that's the question that follows the most familiar format. Since you know you are very likely to speak about 2 things, you are probably missing important information, important instructions, important goals from the question of question number 4. Yes, it's going to talk about 2 things, but just like Mays is giving advice in her post, and I'm repeating here, you need to see what specifically it's asking you. One example of this is when question number 4 will tell us, yeah, we get the 2 things, whatever those 2 things are, and it says, explain the differences. The key is the differences. If you are not talking about the differences between the 2, if like, so for example, if you say the first thing is red and the second thing is blue, that's not good enough. You need to say something like, while the first one is a bright red, the second thing is not the same. It's different. It is a dark blue. That's an example of how to focus on the differences, which question number 4 will oftentimes tell us, instead of just list, summarize 1, bullet point 2, bullet point. As many of you have seen from your scores, that's not enough to get a very advanced score of 26. So again, to review Mays's advice on question number 4, read the question carefully. I mean, let's just start by reading the question. I know some of you are realizing right now that you don't read the question number 4, because since it's almost always about 2 things, you assume that the question is asking you to do the same thing, and the advice on speaking templates for question number 4 is also assuming that question number 4 is asking you the same thing. Watch some of my answers, listen to them on question number 4, and spot the differences between how you would answer it and how I would.